This meeting of the City Council to order and ask you all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Toledo.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Nudira.
Here.
Park.
Here.
Conquest.
Here.
I was back.
Bastido.
Here.
Mulliner, absent. Brennan.
Here.
Varimus.
Here.
Deuter.
Here.
Dunn.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Palumsky.
Here.
Jensen.
Here.
13 present and 1 absent.
13 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum. We're on to item 3.1. It's a public hearing on the tentative annual 2023 budget. This is a public hearing scheduled for this evening. The public hearing concerns the 2023 budget for the city of Elmhurst for the fiscal year that runs from January 1, 2023 through December 31, 2023. I'll call the public hearing to order. And a roll call, City Clerk, for the public hearing.
Toledo.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Nudira.
Here.
Park.
Here.
Conquest.
Here.
Bastido.
Here.
Mulliner, absent. Brennan.
Present.
Varimus.
Here.
Deuter.
Here.
Dunn.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Palumsky.
Here.
Jensen.
Here.
13 present, 1 absent.
13 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum for the public hearing. The purpose is to take public comment concerning the 2023 budget. I ask the City Clerk, are there any written comments concerning the 2023 budget?
No.
All right, there are none. Would any members of the public like to make any comments for the record? If so, please raise your hand. This is for the public hearing on our budget. I see none. In that case, I would ask for a motion to close the public hearing on the 2023 budget. Motion by Alderman Honquist, second by Alderman Brennan. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The hearing is closed. The next public hearing is for the 2022 tax increase for SSA 16. This is a public hearing also scheduled for this evening. I call the public hearing to order. We're still in session for public hearing. The purpose of this public hearing is to make public comment concerning the 2022 tax levy for Special Area 16. City Clerk, are there any written comments concerning the 2022 levy for this Special Service Area 16? Would any members of the public like to make any comment in the record for this levy? There being none, I'd like to have a motion to close the public hearing. Alderman Jensen with a motion, Alderman Dunn with a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The public hearings are adjourned. Thank you. Moving on to our City Council agenda, is there anyone in the audience that has a written communication they would like to deliver to the City Council? If so, please raise your hand. There being none, we move on to public forum. Clerk, has anyone signed up for public forum this evening? And is there any member of the audience that did not have the opportunity to sign in but would like to make public comment this evening? I see none. We'll move on to announcements. Are there any announcements from the dais? Alderman Toledo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The mayor has granted me the honor of making this announcement as a mother and a parent of the IC Catholic Prep football program. So congratulations to the IC Catholic Prep football team who won the Class 3A state football title. The Knights beat Williamsville with a score of 48-17. It was a little bit hairy until halftime, and then they really pulled away. This is the 4th state title for the football team in 6 years. The Knights went nearly undefeated in the regular season, losing by a single point in week 2. In the playoffs, they outscored their opponents by an average of 31 points. We, the city, will be inviting them to a future council meeting to be recognized and congratulated. So congratulations to the Knights football program. Thank you.
I second that. Thank you. Any other announcements? All right, moving on to the consent agenda. City Manager, would you read the consent agenda?
Yes. 7.1, minutes of the executive session of Elmhurst City Council on November 7, 2022. 7.2, minutes of the executive session of the Elmhurst City Council on November 21st, 2022. 7.3, minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on November 21, 2022. 7.4, minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on November 14th, 2022. 7.5, minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on November 21st, 2022. 7.6, accounts payable December 5th, 2022 in the amount of $1,739,033.46. 7.7, mayoral appointment, Commission on Youth, Joanne Lamb and Mary Smith. 7.8, referral, long-term downtown design and urban planning. Item 7.9, referral, residential builder sidewalk construction code. 7.10, a report, industrial pretreatment ordinance. 7.11, an ordinance for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2022 and ending December 31, 2022 in and for Special Service Area Number 6 of the City of Elmhurst. 7.12, an ordinance for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2022 and ending December 31, 2022 in and for Special Service Area Number 13 of the City of Elmhurst. 7.13, an ordinance for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2022 and ending December 31, 2022 in and for Special Service Area Number 16 of the City of Elmhurst. 7.14, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $7,375,000 general obligation bond series 2014B of the City of Elmhurst dated November 4th, 2014. 7.15, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $16 million of general obligation corporate purpose bonds, Series 2015 of the City of Elmhurst dated July 1, 2015. 7.16, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $25 million general obligation corporate purpose bonds, Series 2016 of the City of Elmhurst dated June 22nd, 2016. 7.17, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $6,770,000 of general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2017A of the City of Elmhurst dated June 20th, 2017. 7.18, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $9,615,000 general obligation bond series 2017B of the City of Elmhurst dated August 1, 2017. 7.19, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $9,715,000 of general obligation bonds, Series 2018 of the City of Elmhurst dated December 5, 2018. 7.20, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $9,925,000 of general obligation bonds, Series 2019 of the City of Elmhurst dated December 30th, 2019. Item 7.21, an ordinance for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2022 and ending December 31, 2022 of the City of Elmhurst, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois. 7.22, a budget and appropriation ordinance for the City of Elmhurst for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2023 and ending December 31, 2023. 7.23, an ordinance abating the tax levy for the year 2022 for the payment of principal and interest accruing upon an issue of $9,570,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2021 of the City of Elmhurst dated April 29, 2021. 7.24, an ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the execution of an agreement with Scientel Solutions LLC for maintenance and support of the city's license plate reader system. 7.25, a resolution authorizing the purchase of LED streetlight fixtures and LED streetlight lamps for the city of Elmhurst, Illinois. 7.26, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of the First Amendment to the Professional Architectural Design and Phase 2 Engineering Services Local Funding Agreement by and between the City of Elmhurst and CDM Smith, Inc. for the Elmhurst Metro Station. 7.27, a resolution authorizing the issuance of notices of award and authorizing the execution of contracts for mechanical work and electrical work for the Elmhurst History Museum HVAC Improvements Project. 7.28, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of change order number 2 and final for the Utley Stormwater Pump Station Rehabilitation Project. And 7.29, a resolution regarding the release of certain closed session minutes.
All right, thank you, City Manager. Is there any item on the consent agenda that any alderman would like to remove, either to vote against or for further discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll on the consent agenda.
Toludo.
Aye.
I'm sorry, we didn't get a motion yet.
I'll
Thank you,
motion.
Alderman Toludo. Second, Alderman Jensen. Thank you, City Manager. When you're ready, clerk.
Start again with Toludo.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Nudira.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Honquest.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Mulliner, absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Verimus.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Dunn.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Palumski.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
13 ayes and 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent. The consent agenda is adopted. Reports and recommendations of elected officials. For my report, I want to thank the Youth Commission and Chair Jackie Tamer for 2 very successful programs that the commission put on recently. First, they partnered with the 205 Foundation and the PTA Council to sponsor day and night presentations with former NBA star Chris Herron, who spoke of his successful career, which unraveled after a few bad decisions, and however, he's now recovered from his drug dependency, bringing the same motivation to youth around the country. The second was a pop-up speaking event with Balin Levine, no relation. He's a York YouTuber with 3.8 million subscribers who takes a stand against vaping and underage drinking. He's only recently started to talk about those issues with live audiences, and Elmhurst was able to bring him here to share his experience with middle school and high school children. Second, I want to note there are lots of opportunities in Elmhurst to celebrate the holidays, and you can find those on exploreelmhurst.com. Lastly, as just before we began meeting, we had some elected officials at the county level sworn in. I want to congratulate Ina Yu from District 2, who's an Elmhurst resident, Cindy Cronin-Cahill, who's from County District 1, and Deb Conroy, a former Elmhurst resident and former District 205 school board member, who was sworn in as chairman of the county board. That's mine. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple items. We continue to do the holiday light recycling along with the Park District. So there are a few collection points throughout the community where people can bring old Christmas lights to be recycled. We have information about that on our website. And then we're also doing a toy drive. The fire department locations have boxes for that with through Toys for Tots. And then we're doing a mitten tree collection here at City Hall. So if anybody wants to bring in new mittens, scarves, hats, they're always needed at this time. So we're collecting those. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. Are there any other reports or recommendations from elected officials? And we'll move on to 9, other business. Is there any other business to be brought before the council? There being none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Alderman Cahill, second. Alderman Honquest. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.